Welcome to our deep dive today. We're going to help you guys become experts on how to organically combat the olive lace bug.
That's right.
Yeah. So today, our source is a blog post from Farmonaut. Have you heard of them? They're an agricultural technology company
I have.
doing some really amazing things with sustainable farming.
Yeah, they're really cool.
Yeah. And Farmonaut is on a mission to help farmers grow more using fewer resources.
Right.
And so we thought this blog post was just the perfect place to start.
Absolutely.
Okay. So let's jump right in.
Let's do it.
What exactly is this olive lace bug?
Yeah, it sounds kind of dainty, right? With that lace in its name.
Yeah.
Well, they are small,
Okay.
only about 2 to 3 millimeters long,
Wow.
and have these very delicate lace-like wings.
Okay.
Don't let that fool you.
Oh, no.
Both the adult lace bugs and their nymphs are out to get your olive trees.
Oh, my goodness.
They feed on the underside of the leaves,
Okay.
sucking out the sap, which weakens the trees and reduces
Oh.
olive production.
So it's like these tiny little vampires are draining the life out of the leaves,
Exactly.
leading to fewer olives and
Yeah.
less olive oil. Not good.
Less olive oil is bad news.
I'm with you there.
Yeah.
So how do we stop these sapsuckers?
So early detection is key.
Got it.
Traditionally, farmers would have to walk through their groves and inspect leaves one by one.
Right.
But that's so time consuming.
Yeah, you can imagine trying to spot a 2 millimeter bug on the underside of a leaf
Yeah.
in a whole grove of olive trees.
Exactly.
Talk about a needle in a haystack.
Right. And you could easily miss the early signs of an infestation.
Oh, yeah.
But Farmonaut has a solution that's straight out of a sci-fi movie.
Okay.
They use satellite imagery.
Satellites. Whoa.
Yeah.
That's next level.
Yeah.
So these satellites are like olive tree doctors spotting problems
Yeah.
before any symptoms even show up.
That's a great way to put it.
Really?
Yeah, these satellites can detect subtle changes in the wavelengths of light
Okay.
reflected from the trees. And these changes can indicate stress
Interesting.
long before any visible damage appears on the leaves, giving farmers a crucial early warning system.
It's almost like giving each tree its own personal checkup.
Right.
But from space? That's incredible.
That is pretty amazing.
So once you get that early warning, how do you deal with these lace bugs organically?
Yeah, so Farmonaut highlights several effective options.
Okay.
The first up, we have neem oil,
Okay.
which is a natural insecticide derived from the neem tree.
Right.
And you know how most insecticides either kill bugs on contact or repel them?
Right.
Neem oil does both.
Oh, wow.
Plus, it messes with their ability to reproduce.
What?
Talk about a triple threat.
It's like the neem tree is handing us the perfect weapon
It is.
against these lace bugs.
Totally.
What else do we have in our organic arsenal?
Another option is kaolin clay.
Kaolin clay.
Okay.
You mix it with water and spray it on the trees, and it creates a protective barrier on the leaves.
Making it difficult for the lace bugs to feed and lay eggs.
So you've probably used kaolin clay in your own garden, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's amazing stuff.
Yeah, it creates a protective barrier against pests.
Right.
And turns out it's a lifesaver for olive trees, too.
Absolutely. And it has the added benefit of reducing heat stress and sunburn
That's right.
on the olives themselves,
Yeah,
which is especially important in hot climates.
exactly.
So we've got neem oil, our powerful natural insecticide, kaolin clay, our protective shield. What other organic tricks are up our sleeve?
Well, why not let nature lend a hand?
Okay.
Beneficial insects are the unsung heroes of organic pest control.
Oh, I love that.
Lacewings, ladybugs, and predatory mites.
Yeah.
All natural enemies of the olive lace bug.
It's like calling in reinforcements.
Exactly.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
So you just release these beneficial bugs into the olive grove, and they take care of the lace bugs.
Pretty much.
Oh.
You can purchase them from garden supply stores or online retailers that specialize in biological pest control.
So it's like ordering a tiny army to protect your olive trees.
It is.
And you can make your olive grove even more inviting to these beneficial insects
Right.
by planting companion plants.
Yes.
Like yarrow or dill.
Exactly. Lacewings love those.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So we're fighting pests with flowers.
I know, right?
Now, that's my kind of warfare.
Me too.
What else is there?
Well, horticultural oils can also be effective.
Mm-hmm.
They work by smothering the insects, but it's important to avoid applying them during hot weather to prevent stressing the trees.
Right. We want to be careful not to hurt the trees while trying to protect them.
Exactly.
It's a delicate balance.
It is.
And speaking of protecting trees, good old-fashioned pruning and sanitation are crucial.
Yes.
This is where those gardening skills come in handy.
Yeah.
Pruning is key for any plant. What's the specific advice when it comes to olive trees and lace bugs?
You want to remove any infested leaves or branches. Keep the canopy open for good air circulation. and clean up any fallen leaves or debris.
Got it.
This helps to reduce hiding places for the lace bugs.
It's all about creating a healthy environment for the trees to thrive.
Yes.
So we've got our individual treatments, but it sounds like Farmonaut recommends a more comprehensive approach. Is that right?
You're absolutely right.
Okay.
They advocate for an integrated pest management approach, or IPM.
Okay.
And this isn't just about spraying this or that.
Right.
It's about understanding the whole ecosystem
Okay.
and using a variety of strategies for long-term sustainable pest control.
IPM sounds like a much more thoughtful and holistic strategy.
Yeah.
I'm all ears. What are the key steps involved?
Well, first and foremost is monitoring and early detection.
Right.
They're those satellites.
Yeah.
That's where they really shine.
Right.
They give you that heads up so you can take action before an infestation spirals out of control.
Makes sense.
What's next? Next up is focusing on cultural practices.
Okay.
Things like proper irrigation, balanced fertilization, and regular pruning. All the things that contribute to healthy trees.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Healthy trees are better equipped to resist pests in the first place.
Exactly.
Right.
Then we bring in the cavalry biological control.
Yeah.
Remember those beneficial insects we talked about?
Yeah.
This is where we invite them to the party.
I can just picture it. Ladybugs and lacewings having a feast on those lace bugs.
Yes.
While the olive trees cheer them on.
Exactly.
It's a beautiful thing.
It is.
And then, of course, there are organic pesticides, which we use only when absolutely necessary.
Right.
The key is to rotate between different types to prevent the lace bugs from developing resistance.
Mm-hmm.
And always follow those label instructions, of course.
Of course.
Safety first.
Yeah.
What's the final step in this IPM dance?
The final step is record keeping and analysis,
Okay.
which might sound tedious, but it's incredibly valuable.
Okay.
By tracking what you've done and how effective it's been, you can refine your approach over time.
It's like keeping a training log. If you want to improve your performance, you need to track your progress.
Exactly.
And adjust your training plan accordingly.
Yep.
Exactly. And Farmonaut actually has an app that can help with this.
They do.
But even a simple notebook will do the trick.
Right.
So this IPM approach sounds really smart in theory,
Yeah.
but does it actually work in the real world?
Well, the Farmonaut article features a case study of a California olive grove
Okay.
that was battling lace bugs, and let me tell you, the results are impressive.
Okay, I'm hooked.
Yeah.
Let's hear it. What happened?
This olive grove was dealing with recurring lace bug infestations
Okay.
that were affecting their olive yield.
Oh, no.
And they decided to try Farmonaut's approach, and they signed up for the satellite monitoring service.
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, the satellites detected early stress patterns in a section of the grove.
So they had that early warning system in place.
They did.
What did they do next?
They implemented their targeted IPM strategy
Okay.
using neem oil and kaolin clay,
Okay.
only in the areas where the satellites detected stress. They also introduced beneficial insects and adjusted their pruning practices.
It's like they were playing chess, carefully considering every move.
Mm.
So did they win the game? Did it actually work?
The results were phenomenal.
Okay.
They saw an 80% reduction in the lace bug population in just one growing season.
Wow.
Plus, their overall olive yield increased by 15% compared to the previous year.
Get out.
And because they were using targeted applications, they reduced their overall pesticide use by 30%.
Wow, that's a slam dunk.
It is.
It really highlights the power of combining organic methods with technology to create a win-win situation
Yeah,
for both the farmer and the environment.
absolutely.
Pretty amazing, right?
It is.
What do you think is next for organic pest control?
Well, Farmonaut points to some exciting trends emerging in this field.
Okay.
For instance, they're working on AI-powered pest identification.
AI. That's all the rage these days. So are robots going to be taking over olive groves now?
Not quite. It's more about using AI to analyze images from satellites or drones to quickly and accurately identify specific pests.
Oh, okay.
This allows for even faster and more targeted interventions.
So it's like having an AI entomologist
Mhm.
on call 247. That's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
What else is on the horizon?
Another exciting development is the use of IoT sensors.
IoT sensors. What are those exactly?
They're tiny sensors placed throughout the grove
Okay.
to collect real-time data on things like temperature, humidity, and soil moisture.
It's like giving each tree its own personal fitness tracker,
It is.
constantly monitoring its vital signs. What do they do with all that data?
That data, combined with the satellite imagery, gives farmers an incredibly detailed and up-to-date picture of what's going on in the grove.
Okay.
And they can use this information to predict pest outbreaks optimize irrigation, and make even more precise decisions.
Wow, this is really taking precision farming to a whole new level.
Right.
It's like they're conducting a symphony of data, perfectly orchestrated to help the trees thrive.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
It is.
And of course, the research never stops. Scientists are constantly looking for new biocontrol agents,
Yeah.
new beneficial insects and microorganisms
You're right.
that can help control pests.
So many tiny helpers waiting to be discovered.
Exactly. And the development of even more effective and longer-lasting organic pesticide formulations is also ongoing, which is good news, because sometimes you need a little extra help,
Right.
even with all these other methods.
Of course.
It sounds like the future of organic pest control is bright.
I think so.
So what's the main takeaway from all of this? What do you want our listeners to remember?
I think the most important message is that organic pest control isn't just about swapping out conventional pesticides for organic ones.
Yeah, okay.
It's about a complete paradigm shift in how we think about farming.
Interesting.
It's about moving away from a mindset of dominating nature
Right.
and towards a mindset of understanding and collaborating with it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's about understanding the interconnectedness of the ecosystem and working with nature's own defenses to create a more sustainable and resilient agricultural system.
Exactly.
It's not just about protecting our crops. It's about protecting our planet.
Well said.
Well, if any of our listeners are interested in learning more about Farmonaut
Mm-hmm.
and their innovative approach to sustainable farming, we'll be sure to include a link to their website in the show notes.
Great idea.
They have a wealth of information on their website,
Yeah.
including details about their satellite monitoring service and their app.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, those satellites are pretty impressive.
They really are.
It's amazing how technology is being harnessed to help farmers make more eco-conscious decisions.
It is.
So we've covered a lot of ground today,
We have.
from the microscopic world of the olive lace bug to the vastness of space with satellite monitoring.
Yeah, a lot of ground.
It's been a fascinating journey. And before we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with a thought-provoking question. What if this approach, this combination of organic methods and cutting-edge technology, could be applied to other crops as well?
That would be amazing.
What if we could use these same principles to create a more sustainable and resilient food system for everyone?
That's a great question to ponder.
It's an exciting prospect, and one that I think holds a lot of promise.
It does.
It's definitely food for thought.
It is.
We'll be back in the next part of our deep dive to explore this idea further and delve into even more fascinating aspects of organic pest control.
Sounds great.
But for now, we hope you've enjoyed learning about the olive lace bug and the incredible ways that Farmonaut is helping farmers combat this pest organically. Until next time, happy farming.
Happy farming.
Welcome back to our deep dive into the world of organic olive pest control.
Yeah, it's great to be back.
It's amazing to think that we can use technology to work with nature instead of against it.
I know, right?
You're right. It's like we're entering a new era of farming
Totally.
where data and nature go hand in hand.
Absolutely.
Before the break, we were talking about the possibility of applying this approach,
Yeah.
this blend of organic methods and technology to other crops. It's a really exciting thought.
Yeah.
What if we could create a more sustainable food system
Right.
using these same principles?
I think it has a lot of potential.
It's definitely a question worth exploring.
For sure.
What kind of impact could this have on the future of agriculture?
Well, for starters, I think just imagine a world where farmers are empowered with real-time data about their crops.
Okay.
They could make informed decisions about everything from irrigation and fertilization to pest control,
Wow.
minimizing waste and maximizing efficiency.
So it would be like having a personalized roadmap for each and every plant,
Exactly.
guiding farmers toward the best possible outcome.
That's the idea.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And with the help of AI and machine learning,
Mm-hmm.
we could analyze massive amounts of data to identify patterns and trends that would otherwise go unnoticed.
So-
This could lead to the development of even more effective and targeted organic pest control solutions.
Sure.
We could also use this data to predict potential problems
Right.
before they even arise, giving farmers a head start in protecting their crops.
Kind of like giving farmers a crystal ball,
Yeah.
allowing them to anticipate challenges and make proactive decisions.
And let's not forget about the potential benefits for the environment.
Oh, absolutely.
By reducing our reliance on synthetic pesticides and fertilizers, we could create a healthier and more balanced ecosystem.
Right. It's a win-win situation for both farmers and the planet.
Imagine a world where our food is grown in harmony with nature, free from harmful chemicals and full of flavor.
That's a beautiful vision.
That's a future I can definitely get behind.
Yeah, me too.
It all starts with a shift in mindset, a recognition that we're not separate from nature, but a part of it.
Right.
We need to move away from the idea of conquering nature and embrace the idea of working with it.
I love that.
It's about understanding that healthy soil, healthy plants, and healthy ecosystems are all interconnected,
They are.
and that by caring for one, we care for all.
Exactly.
It's a beautiful and powerful vision. And with the help of technology, we have the tools to make it a reality.
Yeah, technology is often seen as something that separates us from nature.
Right.
But in this case, it can actually bring us closer to it.
I like that.
It can help us understand the intricate workings of the natural world
Okay.
and empower us to make more informed and sustainable choices.
It's like technology is giving us a new lens through which to view the world, one that reveals the interconnectedness of all things.
Yeah, exactly.
And this new perspective is crucial if we want to create a future where both people and the planet can thrive.
Absolutely.
Speaking of thriving,
Yeah.
what are some of the key ingredients for success in creating a more sustainable food system?
Well, I think first and foremost, we need collaboration.
Okay.
We need farmers, scientists, policymakers, and consumers all working together towards a common goal.
It's about breaking down silos
Exactly.
and fostering open communication and knowledge sharing.
Yes.
Exactly. We also need to invest in research and development,
Yeah.
particularly in the areas of organic farming and sustainable technologies. We need to support the innovators and pioneers who are pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
For sure.
And we need to educate consumers about the importance of supporting sustainable agriculture.
Yes.
Consumers have a powerful role to play
Yeah.
in driving demand for organic and sustainably produced food.
Absolutely.
It's about making conscious choices about what we eat and where we buy our food.
Right.
Every purchase is a vote for the kind of food system we want to see.
I agree.
And every conversation we have about these issues helps to raise awareness and inspire change.
It does.
So what can our listeners do to be a part of this movement towards a more sustainable food system?
Well, there are so many things they can do,
Oh.
both big and small.
Okay.
They can start by supporting local farmers and buying organic produce whenever possible. They can also reduce food waste by planning meals carefully
Okay.
and composting food scraps.
Got it.
And they can educate themselves about the issues and advocate for policies that support sustainable agriculture.
Right.
Every action, no matter how small, makes a difference.
It does.
And when we all come together, we can create a ripple effect that transforms our food system for the better.
So let's keep the conversation going.
Yes.
Let's share our knowledge, our ideas, and our passion for creating a more sustainable and delicious future for all.
Absolutely.
On that note, we'll wrap up this part of our deep dive into the world of organic pest control.
Okay.
We've explored the fascinating intersection of nature and technology and glimpsed the exciting possibilities that lie ahead. We've learned about the olive lace bug, the
Right.
challenges it poses, and the innovative solutions being developed to combat it organically.
Yeah, and we've considered the broader implications of this approach.
Right.
Imagining a future where sustainable agriculture is the norm.
We hope you've enjoyed this journey with us.
Me too.
Stay tuned for the final part of our deep dive, where we'll delve even deeper into the world of organic pest control
It's okay.
and discover even more amazing innovations.
Sounds great.
Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into organic pest control.
It's great to be here.
We've covered a lot of ground, from those tiny lace bugs to the power of satellites and AI.
Yeah, it's pretty mind-blowing.
It's amazing to think how much innovation is happening in this field.
It really is. It seems like things are changing so rapidly.
It really highlights the fact that sustainability and technology can go hand in hand.
Exactly. It's not an either-or situation anymore.
You know, it's inspiring to see how passionate Farmonaut is about helping farmers embrace these new approaches.
Yeah, they're really leading the charge.
They're not just developing technology, they're building a community and sharing knowledge.
Right. It's about empowering farmers, not just selling them products.
And that's so important because this transition to a more sustainable food system requires a collective effort.
Absolutely. It's going to take all of us working together.
It's not just about the technology. It's about changing mindsets and empowering farmers with the knowledge and tools they need to succeed.
Couldn't agree more.
Speaking of empowering farmers, one thing that really stood out to me from Farmonaut's blog post is their emphasis on data-driven decision-making.
Oh, yeah, that's key.
It's like they're giving farmers a superpower,
Right.
the ability to see their crops in a whole new light.
Exactly. Instead of relying on intuition or guesswork, Farmers can make decisions based on real-time data.
Exactly. With all this data at their fingertips, farmers can make more informed choices, optimize their resources, and ultimately grow healthier crops.
And it's not just about increasing yields, it's also about reducing their environmental impact.
Right, by using resources more efficiently, farmers can minimize their footprint and contribute to a healthier planet.
It's a win-win.
It's a beautiful example of how technology can be used to create a more sustainable and harmonious relationship with nature.
Totally. We don't have to see technology as the enemy of the environment.
And it's not just about the data itself, it's about how that data is presented and made accessible to farmers.
Yeah, user experience is so important.
Farmonaut's app, for example, is designed to be user-friendly and intuitive, making it easy for farmers to track their progress and make informed decisions.
Exactly. It needs to be easy to use and understand, otherwise farmers won't adopt it.
It's like having a personal farming assistant, always there to provide guidance and support.
That's a great way to put it.
And as AI and machine learning continue to advance, we can expect these tools to become even more sophisticated and powerful.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
This is just the beginning.
Imagine a world where AI can help farmers predict pest outbreaks weeks in advance or optimize irrigation based on real-time weather conditions.
I mean, the possibilities are mind-boggling.
The possibilities are truly endless.
I can't wait to see what the future holds.
And it's not just about the technology itself, it's about the human element.
Of course, at the end of the day, farming is all about people.
It's about fostering a community of farmers who are willing to share their knowledge and experiences, learn from each other, and support each other on this journey towards a more sustainable future.
Right. We're all in this together.
It's about creating a movement, a groundswell of support for organic farming and sustainable practices.
And I think that movement is already gaining momentum.
And that movement is already happening all over the world.
It's exciting to be a part of it.
Farmers are embracing new technologies, consumers are demanding more sustainable options, and policymakers are starting to recognize the importance of supporting this transition.
It's a really hopeful time.
It's a truly exciting time to be part of this movement.
I agree.
And it's not just about farmers and consumers, it's about all of us.
Right. Everyone has a role to play.
We all have a role to play in creating a more sustainable food system, whether it's through the choices we make at the grocery store or the conversations we have with our friends and family.
Every little bit helps.
Every little action makes a difference.
Absolutely.
So let's keep learning, keep exploring, and keep pushing for a future where delicious food and a healthy planet go hand in hand.
I'm so on board with that.
That's a future. I can definitely raise a glass of organic olive oil, too.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. And a big thank you to Farmonaut for sharing their insights and inspiring us with their vision for a more sustainable future.
Yeah, big shout out to Farmonaut.
If you're interested in learning more about Farmonaut and their work, be sure to check out the link to their website in the show notes.
Definitely check them out.
And to all our listeners, we hope you've enjoyed this deep dive into the world of organic pest control.
It's been a pleasure.
It's been a fascinating journey, and we hope you've come away with a newfound appreciation for the power of nature, technology, and human ingenuity.
Me too. It's amazing what we can accomplish when we work together.
Until next time, happy farming, happy eating, and happy living in harmony with our planet.
See you next time.